Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you and tell you how to grow garlic from garlic. This will be a complete tutorial, so let's get right into the video. If you want to grow a garlic plant from store-bought garlic, you can definitely do that. You just have to follow the right steps and instructions. Let's get right into the video. So essentially, there are a few tips that I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. The first tip is to use fresh garlic, okay? Now, ideally, the fresher that the garlic is, the better that it has, the better chance it has of actually growing and producing a great healthy plant, a viable plant, okay? Because not all garlic plants are going to grow properly and be viable. You want to give it the best chance. This is not a very fresh piece of garlic. I'm just using this for this demonstration, but you would try to use the freshest piece of garlic that you can find. And garlic plants are actually grown from the cloves. So this is one clove of garlic. Every time you get a big sort of bulb of garlic, there are multiple cloves. You take apart the cloves and each clove will produce a garlic plant. Okay, now basically, every clove, whether the clove is really big or really small, is going to produce one garlic plant, and it's going to take up the same amount of space in your soil and same amount of work. But bigger cloves have a better chance of producing healthier plants and bigger plants that are more fruitful. So with that being said, you should try to plant bigger cloves because you're using the same amount of effort to grow the plant and using the same amount of space. You might as well choose a bigger clove that has a better chance of growing a healthy, fruitful plant, okay? So essentially, you want to get a mix of about half potting soil and half compost. You want to use some sort of mix. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly half and half, but you want to use some sort of mix of both. Potting soil is great for some aspects of growing plants. Compost is great for feeding those growing plants. So if you have both together, you're going to give your garlic the best chance at growing. You want to make sure that inside of your growing cup or your growing pot, you have drainage holes as well. So at the bottom, you might want to drill some holes and then put a couple rocks down there or pebbles down there to create some drainage. You can also buy prefabricated potting devices that already have drainage holes in them. So that's up to you. If my potting devices don't have drainage holes in them, I always drill them. Just get a drill bit, make a few holes at the bottom, put some stones down there to prevent the dirt from falling out, and that's it. Now, when you're ready to plant and you've utilized all these tips, it's really easy. You get your piece of garlic. Okay, I'm just going to plant one here, but I'll tell you how to plant multiple. You get your clove of garlic, and you want this little pointy part pointing upwards, because this is essentially the part that will end up growing, essentially. So both ends, I believe, will grow. I've never seen the inside of the soil, like a cross section, but I believe both sides will grow, but you want this side pointing upwards, okay? Just take your finger, and you want to go about, you want the garlic to be sitting at least 2 knuckles deep, so your first knuckle, your second knuckle. So go and put your finger inside of the soil, make a hole inside of the soil, at least 2 knuckles in. So you can see right here, I'm 2 knuckles in. I'm going to push down a little bit further, and I'm going to remove my finger. So I went about 2.5 knuckles in, and as you can see, there's my hole. It's kind of hard to see, but the hole is right there, just so you know. Oh, I just put some soil in there. We're going to go one more time, just like that. So you can use that hole as long as it's at least 2 knuckles deep. Whoa, I just lost the garlic in there. So you want to put your garlic with the pointy side up, just drop it in that hole right there nicely. So as you can see, the garlic is in there. You can see the tip of it right there. And then you want to just cover it up with soil lightly. Don't pack it down, lightly. Now you want to water it. You want to water it thoroughly. Now, you can water once a day. That's more than enough, as long as you're giving it at least enough water to reach down to the bottom of that piece of garlic, and maybe a little bit more. But don't overwater. You don't want to just flood it. You want to give it enough water to the point where the water is reaching at least to the bottom of that clove of garlic. And you want to water it, and eventually you're going to see it sprout up. It won't take that long, and you can slowly wean off of watering it. So, if you're watering it every day for the first few weeks, that's probably going to be more than enough. And then after maybe about 2 to 3 weeks have gone by, you can probably water it every second day, then twice a week, then once a week, and eventually, once the plant has been established, you don't have to water it as long as you're getting natural rainfall, at least every once in a while, maybe at least once a week. If you're getting a natural amount of rainfall once a week, you can probably get away with not watering it. But use your judgment. If you see the plant needs water, give it water. If you see it's thriving, then there's no need to water it, okay? So that is basically it. It won't take that long to flourish, and you're going to get some garlic from it, and then you can use that garlic to replant for another plant. So you can literally take one clove and eventually create so much garlic from that single clove. It's really, really easy. Actually, one of my cousins ended up using one clove and then just replicated that until he had a handful of plants that he was working with. And he basically has a self-sustaining garlic little planting section. So he doesn't have to buy garlic because he just keeps replanting the ones that he gets from his plants. It's really cool. And, it just takes, and it's fresh, it's natural, it's organic, it's his own, and it gives him something really, really cool to do and to be proud of. So, it's a really, really easy thing to do, and I would highly recommend it for as many people that want to sort of get their hands dirty with soil and experiment with some planting of some garlic. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.